Hello, my friends. Good day, and welcome to Rewilding Wellness Wednesdays. I am Dr. Christy Vanacore. This is a podcast, yes, but more than that, this is a community, a gathering place, a mission, and a movement. Here each week, we come together to remember what it really means to be well in body, mind, and spirit and soul. This is a safe space to listen, learn, ask questions, and share your voice. A place where ancient wisdom and modern science meet, and where we stop trying to fix ourselves and instead remember who we are. Every week we gather here not just for information, but for transformation, for connection, for the medicine of story and movement and song and silence and community. Because rewilding wellness isn't something we can do alone. It's something we must do together. And in doing so, we become part of something bigger than ourselves. We become part of a movement back to wholeness. So I'm thrilled to have you here. In the past few weeks, I have been recording these as audio. But for those of you who've been with me since the beginning, and if you hear me each week, you know that I am working on switching platforms, and I will be going back to doing these as videos that people can register to be a part of and come on and be with me so that we can talk and have conscious conversation. That is my goal, is for this to be a community, not just, me spewing information and you listening. I want to talk. I want to discuss. I want to converse. I want to hear what you all have to say. So hopefully that will be happening very soon. But in the meantime, I am here today to talk about this beautiful topic about what it means when we talk about feeling better and raising our vibration and what it means and what it doesn't mean. Right. So we're going to dive into that in a moment. But first, for those of you new to me, just a bit about who I am and why I do what I do. So I am Dr. Christy. I am a medicine woman, author, lyricist, ceremonialist, prominent trailblazer, offering a different but essential approach known as rewilding wellness for adults, children, teens, and families, utilizing multidimensional and bioquantum practices for holistic healing and thriving. So after witnessing the staggering rates of chronic illness in adults and children alike, and the ineffective and disempowering practices of modern traditional medical care, I recognized that it was my life's mission to bring the health and wellness industries back to their roots, to reconnect people with their innate self-healing capacities. So for over 2 decades, my work has integrated mind, body, and spirit, and honors that we are triune beings and vibrational beings, and that healing can only be birthed in the union of science and soul. So as we work together to heal through frequency, embodiment, cellular recalibration, regeneration, I am here to guide individuals and families to rediscover the body's brilliance and timeless wisdom so that you can realign with the natural synergy of all of creation. I am here to light the way as you remember your roots, rekindle your instincts, and reclaim your sovereignty. I work with people through both private and collective healing experiences, immersive wellness retreats, books, podcasts, wellness guides, speaking engagements, all the ways that I am here to help you courageously navigate life with grace, ease, peace, and harmony so that you can soar steady and strong, open, awake and aware, and resilient and ready. Always a mouthful when I have to give that introduction, but thank you for joining me. I'm so thrilled to be here with you. And so last night I was thinking about this word that has been getting thrown around so casually a lot lately in both the healing circles, spiritual circles, this word frequency. And it's a word I use a lot. It's a word that I believe in because it's it relates to the essence of who we are. But when we hear it out there, we're told to raise frequency, to climb higher, to rise, to manifest and chant and force ourselves into positivity. in order to raise our frequency so that we can vibrate higher, high vibes, right? We hear all of these token expressions, good vibes only, high vibes only. But here's the truth, and this is what got me thinking about this last night. The truth is that our highest frequency is not missing. It was never low. It's not something that we have to find. It's not something that we need to work to create. Our highest frequency, the way that we naturally vibrate as these spiritual energetic beings in human form, this has been there all along. But what happens is it gets buried under all of the conditioning and the domestication, the masks that we wear, the fear, the lies, the things that we run from. So we don't actually raise our frequency by adding in more tasks or practices. We uncover it by letting go. It's in the subtraction. It's in the shadows that we finally face. It's in the grief that we stop running from. It's in the weight that we put down after carrying what was never ours in the first place. And the reality is that this thing that we call frequency, this signal, we are the signal. Our vibration is the unshakable truth of who we are and our being. So when all the falseness falls away, then we rise. Then we embody that natural signal that we came here to transmit. So we're going to talk about this more today, related to what it really means to feel better and why the journey isn't about climbing higher or achieving anything. It's about clearing away who you've always been. It's not about stacking on more. It's not about chasing the light. Your truest, highest frequency is what remains when everything false falls away. This is what we're going to talk about today. So welcome again. This is Rewilding Wellness Wednesdays. I am Dr. Christy. So let's start by talking about this idea of better. And if you could see me, I always forget I'm not doing this right now in video. So I use my hands when I talk. I'm a true Italian, I guess. But you can't see me. So this idea of better that I'm putting in air quotes, we've got to look at that first. I sit with people day in and day out, and they throw around that phrase, I just want to feel better. But have you ever stopped to think about how dangerous these words can be? Here's what I mean by that. So this idea of feeling better immediately implies that something is wrong with you, that you're lacking, that you're broken, or worse, that you're in danger. It makes your symptoms or situation or circumstance that you're in, it makes those things the enemy instead of what they truly are, which is invitations. Illness, discomfort, anxiety and angst, fatigue, relationship challenges. These aren't signs that you're failing. These are not signs that you're sick. They're actually doorways. They're portals into something deeper. They're your body's sacred language, calling you back home to all the things that you've been ignoring and all that you've buried. And when we're too busy chasing the better, we're just bypassing that message. So when we slow down and we listen, when we stop resisting and instead ask the vital question of, what are you here to teach me? That is when healing begins. Okay, so the symptom in the body, the migraine headaches, the autoimmune flares, the anxiety, the mood issues, the conflicts with a significant other, the miscommunications and misunderstandings with loved ones. What are you here to teach me? That's the pivotal question. That is when your journey to healing begins. Because in that moment that you go directly to it and you stare it in the face, instead of fighting away the symptoms or resisting the situation or running from it and hiding and avoiding and denying and pretend it doesn't exist. When you surrender to it, you start to strip away what isn't true, and you allow the wisdom that's percolating underneath it all to begin to speak. You give voice to what's been waiting to be noticed. So, we in this world right now, we're all being taught to add in more things, right? Go to more doctors, take more supplements, take more medicine, buy some new crystals, charge them under the moon, recite more positive affirmations, learn a new chant, a new mudra, go to 5 additional yoga classes per week, all the things, add in all the things. These are beautiful practices, you guys. They're lovely. But quite often these things become performative. It's performance. It's another mask to wear. I've seen people forcing positivity so hard that they are vibrating with tension. You can feel it from them. I laugh. There was a time I would fill my bra, my bra cups with crystals. And I know so many people do this, and there's nothing wrong with that. But but I'm laughing at myself here, not with any shame or judgment, but I would be putting the crystals in my bra and like, please, God, spirit, anybody out there, help me feel better, make this work. So it became this performance. I became tense around it. And all that was doing was creating more resistance and more contraction. And then all day I'd be walking around like holding my boobs going, I feel great. I feel fine. I feel great. I feel fine. I'm all protected. The crystals got me. Right? Pretending I'm fine when really inside I was still unraveling. Maybe you've done this too. So we've been taught to do more, chant louder, think more positively, visualize harder, buy the next tool, get the latest biohacking device, listen to the next thing, read the next book. It all becomes performative. And it doesn't work because if it's forced, all it's doing is creating more pressure. And pressure and false positivity on top of pain is a mask, and masks always crack. Masks always crack. You've probably met someone who's always, sending love and light, yet you can feel the tension in their body. That's not resonance, that's resistance. So I offer you now, before we dive into the next piece of this, just a moment here to pause. Take a moment to put down whatever it is you're holding and bring your awareness to the soles of your feet. Feel them on the earth. Feel the crown of your head rising towards the sky. Feel the base of your spine, your tailbone. Feel it rooting down and anchoring you steady. And feel your chest and your belly, your center, your core holding you steady and empowered. And take a breath here. Nice deep inhale through your nose. Hold it at the top, and then release the breath through your mouth or your nose. And take another breath again. Nice deep inhale through your nose. Hold it at the top. And exhale. And take a moment here to sit with this question. Where am I performing positivity instead of feeling what's real? Where am I performing positivity instead of being honest about what I feel, instead of feeling what's really there? You can pause this recording and sit with that for a few moments, not forcing any answers, but just getting curious about what comes up when you pose that question that's designed to illuminate and expand your conscious awareness. So take as long as you need to do that. So moving on to this idea about vibration and frequency. Okay, frequency is just who we already are. The truth is that we don't have to do much to raise our vibration. You're already vibrating. You are already a fractal of light. That is just who you are. Okay. And this is not, woo woo, before I get the messages. Oh, this is too woo woo for me. Okay. I challenge you to look it up, do a little research, explore the world of quantum physics and bioenergetics. We are fractals of light. Your vibration does not need fixing. You do not need to achieve a way of vibrating. It's just your natural state that's hidden under the layers of domestication. What is domestication? Conditioning, the dogma, the indoctrination, right? It's all the other voices, the amalgam of all the voices around us that we've internalized. Okay, it's all the things that everybody has wanted us to be, that layers on top of us. So, think of a dusty mirror. When the mirror gets dusty, you don't just buy a new one. You clean it, right? You wipe away the dust. And then you can see your reflection again. But guess what? Your reflection was there the whole time. You just needed to clear the glass so that you could see it. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Another way of thinking about it is I always go back to kids. Kids are just incredible beings. They don't have to try to be high vibe or high frequency. They just are. Think about a little kid. Think about a little kid's laughter that's so intoxicatingly, infectious and contagious. Well, guess what? That's your essence too, before conditioning was stacked on top. The laughter, the curiosity, the play. It's being who you were before the conditioning got layered on you. It's being who you were before the world told you who you should be. So I offer you again here another question for reflection. If my true signal and light is already here, like that reflection in the mirror, what's covering it up? What's the dust that's covering my reflection? And again, if you would like to pause this right now to sit with that, you may, or just let it land as we move forward. If my true signal and light is already here, like the reflection in the mirror, what's the dust that's covering it up? So let's talk a little bit about the dust. This is where things get uncomfortable for people. The dust are the things that some people out there call the shadows. I just call the feelings and the emotions that we've been conditioned to believe are unpleasant or unbecoming of us. So we push them away and pretend they don't exist. Grief, fear, shame, jealousy, insecurity, just to name a few. We're told to avoid these. We're told that these things lower our vibration. I had a woman, a colleague of mine, reach out to me some weeks ago when I was posting about, something about the world being what it is. And I was expressing my frustration, my real and raw frustration that I was holding in one hand while remembering that, the world is just moving and I am love and all that on the other hand, right? But I was honoring the frustration. And she sent me a note that said, you're lowering your vibration by being angry. And you're not offering a high vibration to your audience. Frustration and anger are very low vibe. I don't want to follow you if you're going to be low vibe. And that couldn't be further from accurate. But she's reciting what the world believes. And that's why I'm here uncovering the myth. You see, the thing is that it's not the frustration or the anger that lowers the vibration. No. It's not the grief, it's not the shame, it's not the fear, it's not the anger, it's not the jealousy, it's not the frustration. It's not the addictions. None of those things lower your vibration. What lowers your vibration is running from it all. The shadow doesn't lower you. It's turning a blind eye to it that lowers you. So the real medicine isn't in not feeling those things. No, it's turning toward them. It's sitting in silence, holding your anger and your grief and your sorrow and your fears and your shame in your hands, looking right at them and saying, I see you. You're welcome here. I can think of countless times when I finally let myself cry after holding it together for everyone else. When I thought that I needed to be strong, I'm putting that in air quotes again. I think of my clients who sit with me and say, finally, the thing out loud that they've been terrified to say. And it's the same thing that happens when I finally release, the dam on my tears and allow myself to cry without resisting. And when my client finally speaks the truth that they've been burying for so long, something incredible happens. The weight lifts. The body softens. The armor, the fascia, our connective tissue that hardened like armor, begins to release and become more flexible and malleable. And it's in those moments that you've moved everything out of the way that's been blocking you, that your inherent light can shine and radiate. There is your frequency. There is how your frequency rises. Not because you forced it, but because you faced it. Okay? Avoidance is what lowers your frequency. Facing is what raises it. Right? So the mom out there who tells herself she has to be strong and positive for her kids, yet she's carrying a heart full of grief. The day she finally cries, and the day that our children finally see and witness her humanity and not her mask, that vulnerability creates connection. It offers an invitation for healing for the family. It offers lightness because finally that woman is radiating her truth. She's illuminating as the fractal of light that she is. Next time you feel heavy, don't bypass it. Sit with it. Write down the sentence that you're most afraid to admit. Speak it in front of the clear mirror. That's where your liberation begins. So I offer you a moment here to pause with this invitation of, what emotion am I most afraid of facing? What's the thought that I'm having that I'm most afraid to admit? What's the truth that I've been burying for so long? And what would happen if I were to shine the light on it for 5 honest minutes today? What would happen? Sit with that. Sit with that. Take as much time as you need to sit with that. There's where your frequency rises. Okay. So raising your frequency is not about adding in more. It's about subtraction. It's letting go of the very things that are holding you hostage. You know, the people-pleasing tendencies, the not enoughness, right? The belief that you're not enough, the toxic relationships because you're afraid to be alone. Pretending that the grief isn't there because you don't want to feel uncomfortable. Those are all the things that block you, that dull your light. Those are all the things that need to go. We all know how it feels when you declutter a closet. And if you are out there and you do not know what I mean, please get in touch with me. I don't know anyone who doesn't feel good when you clear out a closet and you purge what you don't need anymore, you know, the clothes that don't fit you, the things that you're keeping for the what if scenario. You feel lighter when you let it go. Don't feel lighter when you bury more clothes in there. You feel lighter when you let them go. And the same is true for your soul. Okay, so the weights, the toxic relationships, the people pleasing, the overwork, perfectionism, the limiting beliefs that I'm not enough, I need to prove my worth, I don't deserve love, I am unlovable, I'm too hard to love. All of these, clean out the closet. And ask yourself each morning, what is one thing I can release today that is weighing me down? And right now, pause again. Reflect on this. If I stopped carrying what was never mine in the first place, how much freer would I feel? Clearing these metaphorical closets do not require chanting or crystals or apps or biohacking tools, just presence and honesty. It's really that simple. And that's what makes it that's what makes it courageous. Because we can't hide behind the chants and the crystals and the apps and all that. It's just us, raw and real, present and honest. This is where we can use the 4 healing salves that I teach of to help us. The singing, the dancing, the storytelling, the silence. Sing, vibrate your voice to just naturally clear your body. Dance to move your body, to shake off all of the energetic imprints that have been clinging to you. Storytelling, speak your raw truth. In silence, have the courage to sit with what is real. And ask yourself each day, what can I use? Which one of those salves can I use today to release what's weighing me down? Right? So on a daily basis, okay, here's some invitations. Pause instead of performing. When you catch yourself faking positivity, stop. Take a breath. Ask yourself, what's true for me right now in this moment? Okay. You could journal, you could write down thoughts that you'd never share anywhere else. Say it out loud. Feel your body soften the more times that you speak the truth, because that's what happens. The first time we hear it, we feel icky. The second time we hear it, that ickiness starts to melt. By the third and fourth time that we hear it, the body softens, the contraction releases, the blockages melt away and dissolve. There's where the frequency rises. Okay, go outside. Get out into the natural living world. Leave the earbuds behind. You don't need to be listening to anything. Let the noise and distraction fall away. And notice what comes to life in you underneath the static. Because underneath all the distraction, there has been a flame, a light, a divine light that has been there all along. Notice how alive it is underneath the static. Each day, do what I call these micro let goes. Choose one small burden, one obligation, one toxic scroll of Facebook or Instagram, one inner critic's comment. Drop it. Drop it. Drop it like a hot potato. These micro shifts create a ripple effect that allow you to vibrate in your inherent light. Reflect on a daily basis. What am I carrying that I can put down and be okay? And finally, we've got to have the courage to reframe this concept of feeling better, right? Because we're all running around faking it till we make it and calling that health, right? We run around faking it till we make it, saying, I'm okay, I'm fine, I feel great, I'm doing good. You know, what's that from that movie? Just keep swimming. Dory, Nemo. Couldn't think of the name. Right? Just keep swimming. Just keep moving. I'm fine. I'm great. You throw a smile on your face. That's the old paradigm, you guys. That's the old paradigm that makes you paralyzed. That's the old paradigm that creates sickness and dis-ease. The new paradigm is this. Feeling better means feeling through. You cannot transcend your pain. You metabolize it. When you stop resisting and let yourself cry, scream, feel, you come out lighter. You didn't have to climb up. You just had to clear it down. So carry this question with you. Am I faking it or am I facing it? Am I trying to escape what's real or am I allowing it to just be there and transform me? What's better is not what's shinier, it's what's truer. Truth is the highest frequency there is. I am going to repeat that. Truth is the highest frequency there is. You are not broken. You don't need to raise into anything. You are the divine signal. Your work is to just dissolve the noise, the lies, and the masks. Feeling better isn't about climbing higher. It's just about clearing away the essence. Clearing away the essence of the dust so you can reveal the essence of your truth. And when all the falseness falls away, your light blazes. Blazes. If you feel called, get in touch with me. Send a note, reply, comment on this, send me an email. Let me know what some of the dust is that prevents you from seeing your reflection in the mirror. Let me know what mask, what story, what weight you're going to let go of so that your true frequency can radiate. Share it in the community. You're not going to be the only one. We all do this. This is the essence of walking this human path, dusting off the mirror every time it gets cloudy. We do this bioquantum uprising together. So, my friends, you are not here to prove your worth. You are not here to just chase better. And you're certainly not here to chase after love, because you are love. Just strip away what is false, and what remains is the unshakable truth of who you are. And so I offer this prayer. May you remember in every breath and with every step that love, health, wellness, these are not things that you must earn or seek or strive for. They are your essence. May the masks fall away gently. May the lies dissolve. May the shadows reveal their hidden medicine. And may you rise each day, not in the pursuit of love and health and wellness, but as love itself. Radiant, sovereign, totally free. This is what rewilding is all about. I hope this was helpful. I hope this gave you something new to chew on. Please, as I always say, get in touch with me. Let me know how this landed. I am here to remind you to rewild, to reclaim, to rise as the love that you came here to be. And so it is. Thank you for joining me.